Hi folks, welcome back to the Tullibody St football channel. Mozza here as always with another update of more of the same but a lot of big stuff coming down the line, so stay tuned. Let's get straight into it. So thank you very much for tuning back in again. Usual story, if you want to get more of it, click that subscribe button down there, hit the bell if you want notifications when the videos come along, but enough ado about that. Let's get into what's happened to us as we've gone through May into June and things have really started ramping up for Tullibody St Serfs. First things first, on the guys' team side of things, we have played our first competitive friendlies. The last video we did was just after our inter-squad game, which went really well. The guys got their first match action. Now we've done the real thing. So we started off playing against Gargunnock, who play in the 4th and Hendrick League, who were top of the league and unbeaten at the time we played them. It was a really good test. They ran out 3-1 winners, and I saw what I wanted to see, to be honest, for the guys that were on our side. The fitness isn't quite there yet. We've not done a pre-season, but it gave them experience and also it let them see what a team that's been together for a while and know exactly what they're doing look like. That's what we want to get to. So it was a perfect first test for us. Obviously, thank you to the guys at Gargunnock for coming through on a Friday night in front of 125 supporters, which is unbelievable for an army team starting out. So thank you to everyone that came along for a nosy and a wee bevy or two in the sunshine as well as it was. And we rewarded them a couple of weeks later because our second friendly was against Braehead, who are in our league, in the Stirling District League next season. They've been in it for a good few years now, and they've been kind of pretty strong over the last few years, and we beat them 3-2, and we were 2-0 up at half time. I made several changes and we conceded twice early doors second half. It was kind of on me, but I expected that, and we had to give all the guys their minutes and them all a chance to impress, but we stuck through it. We were on the back foot for a fair wee bit of that game. We came through, defended really well, and we got our rewards going forward, picking our times, picking our moments, with Robbie getting a hat-trick. So Tambo got a hat-trick in the inter-squad game. Robbie got a first quote-unquote official hat-trick, albeit in a friendly, against Braehead, and it looks like goals aren't going to be an issue, which is obviously a good thing from my point of view as the manager. So I was delighted with all the guys. The guys all loved it, all enjoyed it, can't wait for more. And tomorrow, if you're watching this when it comes out on Friday night, we play our final kind of bounce game before pre-season. It is a charity game, raising money for the Scottish Association for Mental Health, SAMH. We're playing against Scotland's YouTube team, so that'll be a good laugh down at Alloa's Indodil Stadium. It is free entry but a donation on the door, so any change, any money you want to stick to charity, put it in the bucket when you come in. Come down, it's a 2 o'clock kick-off, doors open. I believe it'll be just after 1 o'clock we'll get the doors open for people to come down and hang about, and we'll have all sorts going on, like tambolas and whatever else. So come along and enjoy yourself, enjoy the sunshine. It's going to be a scorcher, and meet a few of the YouTubers into the bargain as well. I know CJ Novo will probably be a popular man, so join the queue for him, but for the other boys, they'll be there ready to say hello to you, I'm sure. Other little things on the playing side. Firstly, with the guys team, they have now voted for their own captains. There were 2 outstanding candidates in Ross and Richie. So basically we put that to the team vote. The team chose Ross, but both will be team captains at different points throughout the season. So delighted with that. That's first big step out of the way for getting the dressing room invested, getting them on board. The captains are both universally respected, which is exactly what we needed, and they're great influences on the boys because it's a good mix of ages in that dressing room we've got going. And as far as the women's team goes, that's been running now for a month. It is a wee bit slower progress, just trying to get numbers along and get people ready to play, but we're getting there. So we need to make a decision this month whether we will put the women's team into the Pyramid Leagues, into the BIFA SWFL. We'll get that decision probably in the last 2 weeks of this month. If the numbers are there and we can get a friendly booked in, we might jump in and do it. If not, we're quite content to build slowly, get them playing some games, and then jump into the professional leagues. I say professional leagues, the Pyramid Senior Leagues next season onwards, but we won't rush things. We'll do it the right way, and the girls will have their say in whether they're ready for it or not. But it's a great bunch. We've got a great core again. Hopefully that'll start to expand over the summer and into the closing stages of this year, and you will start seeing their friendlies and their games on the Twitters, on the social medias, as well as the guys, and hopefully some good results to boot as well. And that brings us to the big announcement that we had in May. It was alluded to a couple of times as we built up in terms of we were going to put the community asset transfer application in. We talked about it in the last video. I am now going to start dropping more information, more details on our plans for the koozie. So if you've missed any of that information up till now, just to give you a very brief explanation, we have applied to Club Manager Council to asset transfer the koozie, which is a traditional football park that's laying unused and basically just laying just as a grass bit of land at the moment, to put that back into use, to build changing facilities, to build a stand at the side, to make a proper purpose-built community facility, not just for football, but for sports and for general community use. There is a huge dearth of all-weather pitches and good surfaces in Club Manager to use. They're constantly fully booked. They're constantly, in my view, overpriced because of the dearth of them. So we're trying to help a problem on one hand. On the other hand, we're trying to do something that can stand the test of time in Tullibody and be there for the people of Tullibody to use and really kind of get behind as a community facility, because we've got the Civic Centre, which is grass parks down there. This would be a huge addition to the town as well, and a huge compliment to it. So fingers crossed we'll get that answer through before November. I believe November's the deadline, but as I say, I'll start releasing more information in the next couple of weeks about exactly what the plans are, not just the kind of blue sky, the grand scheme of things. For now, I'll put a wee link in the description down below to what we've initially submitted as our initial proposal to the council. One last wee thing, I'll also put a wee link in the description for a petition that we've set up for the koozie. So if you want to put your name, offer a support, be it local, be it far away, stick your name on there. Every single name on that will help our case as we say, look, there are hundreds of people that want to get behind us to do this. It's not just us, it's not a selfish thing, it's a community thing. So thank you in advance if you're going to sign it, or if you have already done so, we appreciate you, thank you. But other than that, the club has also developed in other ways last month as well. So on the kind of long-term facility side of things, we've got that plan already in motion. As far as what we've done already beginning to bear fruit, we about 2 months ago now, 2 or 3 months ago, managed to get our first quality mark. So when we go that way, explained it in one of the videos, that it's a sign that you show the governing body, the SFA and everyone else, that you're a properly run, well managed community club and you have aspirations to offer more to the community in terms of football provisions and other community provisions as well. Part of that is that we get to attend SFA club forums. So we have now attended our first forum and it was a brilliant experience. We're sitting there with other community clubs like Falkirk, Sauchie, and other kind of community organisation clubs that do a whole heap of things and more that we really want to be able to do as well. So we're going to be able to learn from all these really well run organisations, and hopefully when it comes to things like not just the adult teams but offering over 35 teams, pan disability football, a big thing for us that is a big thing for the SFA right now is offering football provision that you don't necessarily need to be part of that club, a member of that club, but putting on sevens nights that anyone can come along to and just play the games. It doesn't need to be structured, but as long as there's a good offering there for fitness, for mental health, for community, that's exactly what we want to do with our new facility. So it all ties in really nicely, and hopefully it'll all tie in nicely, assuming we get the go ahead from the council to do what we want to do there. But that's something to watch this space for over the next 5 or 6 months. We will put initial plans in place for it and hopefully we can bring them to full fruition, and I'll obviously tell you on these videos when they are coming through as well. Other than that, we've got a couple of things on the merch side of things, so it took a while. We finally managed to get a club shop sorted. Again, the link will be down there, down below, if you want to jump in and buy some Tullibody merch. You can get all sorts from tracksuits to training gear to bobble hats in summer, because we'll need them eventually, I suppose. It is Scotland. And you can also buy match kits, home or away shirts. The away shirts are slightly amended from what we first thought for basically availability of kit and the style of kit we've ended up with. It's more of a kind of red wine burgundy colour rather than the bright neon red, but I think both kits have came out really nicely. I'm pretty happy with them. You can go and buy one now if you want. If you are ordering them, bear in mind they are a sport fit, you might want to go a size up, just as a wee warning if you're wearing that around leisurely. And the initial shirts, the training shirts that Monarch did for us, have started coming out. A couple of them have had a couple of delivery issues, I'm aware. I know John's looking after that for you and he's been in touch, but they're worth the wait because the shirts are outstanding. I'm delighted with mine, great quality. Thanks again to John at Monarch for that, and if the interest is there, if the demand is there, he'll do another run. So if you want to buy one of those Monarch shirts, the kind of the design with navy with red intertwined with it all the way through, let us know. Put a comment down below or send us a message. If, say, we get 5 to 10 to get started, John will do another release, I'm sure. No pressure. So just a couple other wee things to round off. We have partnered with a physio because being a team that has started from scratch, it's still in training, getting the boys back fit. A lot of these boys haven't trained properly in a couple of years at this point. We have noticed a few injuries, and naturally it's hamstrings, it's groins, it's the ones you'd expect when guys are coming back to physical exertion. And now on the girls team we've seen one or two coming along as well. So ESP Physio have teamed up with us, and that means that the guys can get, the guys and the women can get a wee bit of discounted treatment, so thank you very much to them. And we'll obviously be telling everyone how great they are because they've already got one of the boys back from a dodgy hammy in 2 weeks and he's playing tomorrow, so massive thanks to them because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have been able to do that himself. They give a proper kind of training plan and exercises to work on certain things, so they will be massive for us, I'm sure, going into our first season, that we don't want half a team out injured constantly. So we will be using that to its full potential. And also, Hunters coaches have given us a wee hand as well. So Nori at Hunters, thank you very much to you if you're watching this. They're going to be helping us out with travel during the season so we can get the boys in the minibuses and away days and so on. There's not that many big away days for us. The furthest we need to go is Lennoxtown where Celtic train. We've got a few away days in kind of not quite to Fife. We go to Kincardine, which is just down the road. We go down to West Lothian a couple of times, but we're looking forward to it because it's a cracking wee league that's coming together. The AGM is next week, so you'll notice on socials at the end of next week we'll have our first fixtures out to go with the pre-season fixtures we're booked in. I'll touch on them shortly, and our first cup games and so on. So look out next week, the end of next week, to see who is in the league that we are in the Stirling and District, what the kind of initial games are looking like, and when you can come down and watch us as well. We will be playing out of the Civic Centre as always. But yeah, other than that, it is all systems go because I mentioned the pre-season games. We have a full slate of pre-season games through July, home and away games, 2 home games, 3 away games. If you want to come and watch us, please feel free, we will get the times out. The home games will both be at the Civic Centre in Tullibody. The first one, the Alva game, will be either 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock kick-off, morning, afternoon, so bear that in mind, it's a bit different, whereas the other one will likely be a later kick-off, 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, just with other things happening during the summer at the centre. We'll let you know about the away day kick-off as well if you want to come through. If you're through Glasgow way, we're through there twice, and we've got a game in Falkirk just before the new season starts as well, so we'll get around about the area and hopefully we'll get to see you. So again, thanks to all the teams that have agreed to play us in pre-season, I should say, as well. But yeah, other than kind of our big charity game tomorrow that I've mentioned already, come down and give generously if you are in the area or just stuck for something to do on a sunny Saturday. Come on and see us. We are just pushing on, and we're always looking for help. The big one we do need help with though, because I know a lot of people have got in touch recently and said, I want to help but I'm not really sure how. If you want to be a coach, we need a women's head coach. It's getting to the point now where we don't want to neglect the women's team because the men's team is taking pretty much 90% of my time when I'm planning ahead for a new season and looking to hit the ground running and prepare properly. So if you want to be a head coach, this is your likely opportunity. We will offer to put you through your first coaching badge as a club as well, but we want someone who is going to be quite happy to build it up from scratch. You're getting double figures just now for training, early double figures. We'll need to build it up to about 18 to 20, I'd say, as a squad, and then obviously we'll need to get into games, but it's a chance for you to really build a team in your image, the way you want to play, your philosophy, your style. We'll try and tie it in with what the men's team do as well, because we want a consistency through the club of the way we play. There's nothing complicated to it. We like to play decent passing football, we like to make sure everyone's got a responsibility, and we try to play nicely, but according to the level we play at, put it that way. But yeah, if you're interested, please message me directly or message the club pages through any of the socials. I will find you and I will get back to you. Otherwise, thank you again for watching. Thank you for all the support you have given us up to this point, and I can't wait to get this thing moving. Next time I speak to you, we will be about to start things properly in pre-season and right into the men's season as a whole, hopefully the women's season as well, if that all pans out properly. So until then, catch you later on. Appreciate yous. Adios.